Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you live in Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me, as always, is my cat from hell, Nate.
I can't believe this. You're hiring me to kill a cat? I would have thought it'd been a dog, so to be more on brand.
No,
That's fine.
Well, fair. Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related topic amongst ourselves. Nate, welcome back. From what, 2 weeks ago? We were on hiatus last week.
Shabbat shalom.
Jeez, all right.
I don't know. Yeah, that's how I say hi now. So it's been a bit.
Yeah, there you go. Well, anyway, welcome. On that note,
tell me about the really, really different things you've done in the last week.
Nate,
you become a different person?
My life has been a horror movie in the last few weeks. So it's been like walking around and it's like dealing with the plague here. Everybody's been sick at random times, not all together. I don't know if that's better or worse. If everyone
all together is much better.
I would think so, right? Everyone just is miserable together. You all get over at the same time. It has not been that. So, yes, been basically my own.
Oh man, should we have done
horror film?
Should we have done Wreck instead of this?
Why Wreck? Oh, Wreck, like record.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. That maybe the Spanish version or the remake.
Oh, the original.
Oh wow.
Quarantine is the U.S. version. Oh, they're both. I mean, even what's one of the more decent.
I mean, it was just a shot for shot. Like, hey, it's the same movie, just not in Spanish.
But from the lady from Dexter.
Yes.
So different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sure. No, we this week we decided to do a movie.
I tell you that movie was 78 minutes. Are you interested now?
Oh, yes. Anything under 90, I become more and more interested. No, we are reviewing Tales from the Darkside, the movie.
One of your favorite movies of all time.
/ Creepshow 3. Yeah, I've been trying to I've been trying to get you to watch this movie for a while.
We watched it together, you and
during March Madness 1 year.
Yeah. And I still remembered most of it, the vast majority of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I grew up watching this movie quite a bit. It's George A. Romero's involved in it, right? Wrote some of the stories. Stephen King's there. A lot of the people involved. Stevie King. A lot of the people involved in the original Creepshow movie back really on this. I was even trying to think. I mean, that's not in our debate question. But I was even trying to think: do I prefer this movie to Creepshow, the original? And I don't know. I really like this movie.
I don't. But yeah, I mean, it's a question. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Don't get me wrong. I mean,
I think I enjoyed the stories more. And, Creepshow always had a little bit more of a cartoony type of atmosphere to it. This one had less of that. Maybe that's what I liked about it. But it's good. So yeah, I want everyone on the record. I want you on the record saying what you thought about this movie. And yeah, look, we've got some stuff to talk about with this anthology. But Nate, I've got a little bit of a different debate question for you.
Bid our father, the Sea King, rise from the depths full foul in his fury. black waves teeming with salt foam, to smother this young mouth with pungent slime.
Yeah, Nate, I got a different debate question for you. It's not really super pertaining to this movie, but I am curious, and it maybe even kind of fits more into a news. Like, I've got two, what could be just gangbuster films coming out, and you know, when you have kids that their heads are spinning and pea soup vomits going all over the place, and you know, everyone's possessed. You don't really have a whole lot of time to go out to the movie theater. So I potentially have a chance to break free.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got two movies to choose from, Nate. And I don't know what... I don't know what to do. Do I go see The Evil Dead Rises, which comes out this week?
Okay, Evil Dead Rise, yes.
Or Ari Aster's new film, Beau Is Afraid, with Joaquin Phoenix. Now, let me explain. There is literally an hour difference between the run times of these films.
Is it like an hour and a half difference?
It might be. I mean, one is damn near 3 hours.
One is an hour. One is an hour and 37 minutes, and one is just about 3 hours.
Yeah, so it's twice the movie. So I mean, yeah, I'm getting twice the movie for if I pick one.
Yeah, I'd go see Evil Dead personally. Don't get me wrong, I'll see Beau Is Afraid, which for a few brief moments I thought was Beau Is Beautiful, which would be another good title for that. But I would go see Evil Dead Rise. I feel like, okay, so like, you know, we saw Smile, obviously, at Fantastic Fest last year. I feel like this is like Smile too, like just keep it going. Based on the trailer that you showed me. It's just like a creepier, now bigger budget Smile.
Well, Evil Dead Rise, I feel like you're all in on because of the what is 100% guaranteed imminent child danger.
It's like 10 million% guaranteed. Yeah. So
children ain't like, I mean, that's trigger one. This is an extra. I mean, you know, if Lisa were here, this is 100%.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no.
Nate, you can't even look at like the trailer or the poster without just being like, no, fuck that. Like, very upset. Like every time she like, we have a separate YouTube account for me versus everyone else in the household because I have all like the horror trailers and everything. And you know, we you know, as much as I joke around, we don't actually want the kids to see the random just screenshots. And she keeps popping on mine, and she's like, "What the fuck is that thing?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's Evil Dead Rises." Look, it looks great, right? Can we agree on that? I mean, regardless of anything else, it looks great.
It looks great.
But Ari
Was Afraid. Look, Beau Is Afraid. I'll probably watch like 4 times. But that's the theater. No.
Yeah, well, okay. So that's your thing. You'd rather go. You're thinking more just the experience of being in the theater versus which movie do you think?
Yeah,
is better?
first weekend you go see Evil Dead Rise. It'll be a better movie theater going experience.
That is fair. That is.
Will it be as good? Will it be as good as seeing Smile without me there? Absolutely not.
No, without you jumping in your seat and yelling, "Oh shit!" Yeah, I mean,
shit!
No, it was not that low. It was at least 2 octaves higher.
Shit!
You're on the wrong way. You're going the wrong way with it. I hope. I one day I really hope. I hope there's someone that tells a story to their friends. And they're talking about like they heard you say it, and that's like that was a highlight for them.
Yeah, I feel like you're making it sound like I was like Alvin and the Chipmunks. It wasn't anywhere near that level.
Well, it was funny mostly because you were just trying to talk shit to me the whole time, like, and you just I just saw it coming.
I wasn't talking shit. The lady was doing some like audio she was like mixing some audio to try to like get into a demon, like to hear a demon. I'm like, this is right up your like, this is right in your wheelhouse. I was telling you about it, and then it got me. It just, I turned right into the jump scare. It was like, it was literally a jump scare. It was perfect. So yeah, I mean, so this is what you got to try to do that to the person you sit next to now at Evil Dead Rise. I guarantee you'll have a chance. This is what you go around doing now in the theaters. You try to get other people to jump. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
Like this, like subtly set up something where you can like kind of tip their like the underneath of their chair a little bit, and then it's like right on a spot, and then it gets them. You should do that.
Well, there's that. I don't know. My concern really is Evil Dead Rises. Do I really? I mean, it's going to be a absolute gore fest. It's going to be. I mean, you're probably right. Seeing it with a group might be something. Is it going to be as good as Terrifier 2 in that like bedroom like mutilation scene? I don't know.
Probably not.
Maybe.
Probably not. But the movie will be better.
Well,
I don't. Well,
I like Terrifier 2 quite a bit. So who knows? Beau Is Afraid. I don't know, but you know what? It's funny though because we saw Hereditary in theaters, and I recall literally just not being able to contain myself and just yelling at it toward the end of it. And I think I got the whole theater. They start laughing.
You were, yeah. When she did the fly across.
The fly across, I couldn't.
Yeah, I don't even know what you were just like, no. And I forgot what you said. It was hilarious. Yeah. So I mean, what's the difference between that and oh shit? Basically the same thing.
I mean, yours came out of a place of got you. Mine was like, this is the dumbest thing I've seen.
You're like incredulous. It was awesome.
I mean, Ari Aster, his shit's just bombards the senses. You know what I mean? Like, you're just getting hit and all sorts of directions, especially with Hereditary, right? You got old girls' heads lopped off. You got ants all like, we're not going to show it. We're not going to show it. Ah, there it is. Right? Like, I mean, it's a great film. I love the story. I love just the whole twists and everything around it. But holy shit, just some of the stuff, like, when you're first watching it just blind and don't know anything about what's going on with it, and your brain just can't keep up with everything in that story. And then a woman's headless body just floats off after she's removed her own head. And it just like floats up like fucking headless Mary Poppins into a treehouse. I think my brain just stopped working. I think that's all that was. Is my brain just stopped working. And I was like, this is getting better and better. That's literally what I was thinking the entire time. Like, this couldn't be better if it wanted to. Naked old people, check. Something about seeing Ari Aster, like we saw when we saw Midsummer twice in the theaters because the first time there was a power outage for the storm.
Yeah, we were evacuated. Yeah, it was hilarious.
And it was right when like the old people were about, like the first deaths are about to happen. You're like, oh, okay, we're finally about to rain, but then shut down. Like, what? No.
Yeah, they tried.
So we had to watch
best,
Florence Pugh sob uncontrollably for like.
That was more later. We oh no, there was early. Oh yeah, never mind.
Oh yeah, no, Florence Pugh is sad. Is just totally sad through the bulk of this film for good reason, but then when you watch it twice. Or the 1.5 times, I guess, technically. Anyway. I don't know.
Well, I watched it multiple times after that. Don't worry.
You're saying Evil Dead Rises. I'm just as the final point.
I'm sorry I have to do this, but it's Evil Dead Rise. I'm so sorry.
Why is it not Rises? Oh my god.
No, Evil Dead Rise, like a high rise.
Oh, Evil Dead. Oh.
I don't know why they did that, but they did.
I mean, I think that was probably the elevator pitch for it. Interestingly enough, at least according to Rotten Tomatoes and Collider, because I just Googled this,
Collider.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
Okay.
it gives you 3 scores. They both are 4 out of 5. Okay. Way to really stick out there. IMDb. Beau Is Afraid got a 7.4. Evil Dead Rise got 7.6. Rotten Tomato, though, Nate, can you guess what the Rotten Tomato scores are for the two of these? Not looking.
I'm not gonna look. For which one?
Beau Is Afraid or
Beau Is Afraid on IMDb or no on
Rotten.
90%.
Okay. What about Evil Dead Rise? What's your guess there?
70%.
Flip them.
Oh, flip them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
74% for Beau Is Afraid. 95% for
All right,
Rotten
there we go.
Tomatoes.
All right. I flip it. Okay.
All right. Well, you know what?
Is it as good as the Super Mario Brother movie that's the last movie I saw in the theater? So
probably
better.
As
good as that?
It's got to be better.
Okay.
Maybe who knows? Maybe the Deadite mom starts singing Peaches.
Dude, there is actually a straight up horror character in Super Mario movie. There is a nihilist star thing that is like I think a direct quote from that movie is like the sweet release of death.
Jesus.
I know, it's pretty awesome. That was a highlight for me. So
are you just are you just excited about all the child endangerment in Evil Dead Rise? Is that really what you're
I think it's gonna be good. Evil Dead movies are good generally. TV shows even pretty solid.
Did you watch Ash versus Evil Dead at all?
I watched the first season. Yes, I did.
I didn't finish.
I enjoyed it.
All right. Well, look, I think maybe I've made my decision. We'll figure it out. You still have to go watch Renfield.
I will watch it tomorrow.
Which 58% on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right, it's getting better and better. I like it.
80% audience score though, if that makes sense.
Okay, crowd pleaser. All right, I have a debate question for you. We'll just make the whole thing a debate question.
That's fine.
The movie of the week, Tales from the Darkside, the movie, is an anthology movie. Your boy, Art the Clown, right? You mentioned your favorite movie of all time, Terrifier 2, was from All Hallows Eve, right? The anthology movie. They pulled him out, made a straight up standalone Art the Clown movie. Obviously, a third one's already coming, so it's going well. In this movie, one of your favorite movies from growing up, which of these short segments could be its own film? I have a pick that I think would be awesome.
Okay, what's your pick?
But fine, I'll go first, so you can come up with yours. So we got little Timmy, right? Little Timmy, captured by Deborah Harry. She said, "Call me," and then never mind. Don't want to give away the end of the movie, but the Timmy is reading the stories out. That's kind of the whole plot of the movie, right? You got the mummy, one, the cat one, and the gargoyle one. If you want to be really reductive about it. So I was thinking, okay, well, there's not a lot of mummy movies, right? When was the last mummy movie you've seen that wasn't from the Mummy franchise? It's been a while.
Does that include the Tom Cruise one?
Yes, that includes that one. I don't know.
Then the Tom Cruise one.
No, it doesn't. Not the Tom Cruise one, and not the Brendan Fraser property.
Are there other mummy movies to watch, Nate? I don't know.
There are from a long time ago. Yeah, there are.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Mummy versus Wolfman. I don't know.
Mummy versus Wolf.
Happened.
It's like, is that like Abbott and Costello versus Frankenstein or something? Like,
I know,
what? I don't know
something like that.
what's going on.
There hasn't been maybe a Goosebumps episode. To be fair, it might have been
Last
this movie. Frankly, it might have been this movie, Nate. This might have been the last Mummy movie.
There are. Should we do Mummy Month? It just rolls off the tongue so nicely because I like Mummy movies. There hasn't been that many recently. Bubba Hotep is probably the last one that I can think of.
Yeah, Bubba Hotep.
That's it. I can't even think of anything else though. Other than like going back in like the 50s and 60s to Christopher Lee. But then I was thinking, but a Mummy movie is like, okay, that's fine. But what about, Mitch, if there was a standalone movie about Timmy? Timmy, what does Timmy do in this one, right? Gets locked up in the pantry. It's about to get cooked, starts telling some stories, ends up getting out of it. Classic one-liner at the end. I just want a movie about that, but it's the good son, but it's also Dexter, where the kid gets witches who get kids. And you follow him around. What do you think about that?
Wait, what? Hold on. It's this kid.
He's Dexter. He kills people a lot, but only witches who are trying to get kids.
How many witches are there that are trying to get kids?
They're all over the place. Debbie Harry was just the first of many.
I would like. I want to go a different direction. I'd rather have like a.
But what about a child serial killer that you liked? I was trying to think of that movie. What is that movie?
The Good Son. So,
but it's not. You don't like it. See, I want a likable version. You know, Problem Child, Mitch. You know that movie.
Yes.
I want Problem Child meets Good Son meets Dexter. That's what I want. Is that too much to ask?
Yes, it is very too much to ask.
More John Ritter for you right there. You're big John.
Well,
Ritter
the fair. Can't go wrong there. I don't know. I was thinking more of a Hansel and Gretel meets America's Got Talent. I mean, yeah, this kid got out by reading stories, but like other kids probably got away, right? Like, I mean, what if it's like there's multiple kids there and they're all like trying a different thing to like be like, hey,
what is it called? Oven games? What are you talking about?
It's the Hungry Games is the
Hungry Games. Okay,
well, I mean, because then when you get some actual child endangerment, extra because now they're competing against each other, right?
Okay.
There's an opportunity for one of them to get got.
But it's like little kids, like instead of Hunger Games, it's like tummy troubles or so. Like, what are we even talking about? The hangry games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, not every kid makes it in these situations, right? Not everyone just happens to have a magic book that has like really, elaborate stories. Like one kid, tried to sing, like Hootie and the Blowfish covers to try to survive, like.
Oh my God. Okay. I see. That is, I like that a lot.
Right.
And then the anthology, it's an anthology, but it's each kid.
Yeah.
It's Black Phone-esque almost.
Mm-hmm.
But in real time.
Yes.
I like that a lot. That's real good. Dang. So is Debbie Harry like the main character, and then there's the different kids try different things to get out. So you're seeing it from her perspective, maybe even to flip it around. And maybe she has to eat the kid to do some spell to get her son back. She's getting blackmailed by another witch. I don't know what her backstory is. Could be good though. You could go into that even. Or not, or you can just like, why? I like that one. What is it called? Tales from the Darkside 2 : the movie : I don't know. Hungry for. I don't know.
I don't know.
Hungry. Just say hungry. Just colon hungry. Or it's like Michael Fassbender.
Or what if it's
Very
like
close.
what if it's more of a convention and like all the witches bring like the one, like they're all bringing like, okay, so look, they're all trying to cook these kids, right? I mean, that's the whole impetus for this whole thing. I'm not even gonna play the trailer, guys. Like, here's the deal: it's just a bunch of short. It's an anthology. Kids trying not to get eaten and cooked.
Fuck
like
it, we're doing it live.
Yeah,
There we go. I love it. This is great. Do it.
Here's the deal. I mean, he's trying to avoid getting cooked. Okay, and she's got this like she is just Julia.
You said cooked 35 times so far. I'm already loving it.
She's just like going all Julia Childs on this, right? You know, I want to see like a kid. It's a kid cooking competition.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's multiple witches bringing their kids, and they're like it's like a Iron Chef type of thing.
I like this. I like that a lot.
And so yeah, and then all the kids are trying different ways of getting out of it, you know. And what if it was just Iron Chef? What if you just see these three, like, what if that was the reveal they're witches and they're all, you see these three contestants and it's like, and the secret ingredient for today's competition is
yes,
dun, kids, you know, like that would be great. Yeah.
I love that. I love that a lot. So let's make it. That seems like a great movie to get made. Eating kids, check. Forcing kids against their will to do games, check. Witches, check. Yeah, sounds great. I'm in. Oh, what if instead of Master Chef, it's like something with UNICEF because it's about the kids? Let's try to think of what rhymes with chef. Or what if the tagline is like, this Master Chef ain't UNICEF? That's that could be the worst joke I've ever made in my whole life. So there you go. See it. I love it, Mitch. When are we making this?
As soon as we can get some funding. So look, if you are if you're greenlighting projects for some for Blumhouse, just give us it's Blumhouse and who else, Nate? I mean, it's like
there's a Hunger Games movie coming out this year. So tie-in, just saying, easy tie-in.
No.
Okay. All right. There you go. Congratulations.
There you go. But let us know at TX Pod Massacre on Twitter, Text Podcast Massacre at gmail.com, TX Pod Massacre everywhere else. Send us that greenlit check money.
Send us a check at 346-246-3143. Is it like some sort of fax thing? Like if you fax that number, will it print out a check like on our end? Like, I don't know what. Did you set that up? Just say your credit card number into our Google voicemail thing. Like that's the easiest way.
Wait. What if the kid is named Andre? It's just a remake of My Dinner with Andre.
My dinner of Andre.
Yeah. Exactly.
I like that a lot. These are all good ideas. There's so much.
They're ideas, Nate. You're giving that away. They're ideas.
Good. These great ideas. Like, man, all right. It's easy money here.
There you go. Okay.
We got to write it so it's a franchise, Mitch. You can't just have kids being dangerous in one movie.
Oh well, sure.
Like, what are we even doing at that point? Like, it's got to be consistent.
Although I realize this is kind of just the witches, isn't it?
No, they're not making them play games. They're not. There's no.
Why don't I remember what the whole point of what their master
what
plan
if
was?
What if
turn them into rats or something?
But what if, like, for the finale of the Master Chef games, they bring in celebrity witches a la the Vampire Council from What We Do in the Shadows, and they bring famous witches from other properties like the witches. Anya Taylor-Joy is there in like old garb. Like, wouldn't that be cool?
Kind of cool. All your famous witches show up.
Exactly.
Karaoke nights. The Winifred sisters.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't this be easy?
Yeah, I mean,
easy.
Yeah, I mean, because theirs would be more of like a soup. You know, they're always like, they're sucking the soul out, and everything. So I would assume they'd be cooking a soup.
What if they have masks on and then like they're like, oh, that kid tastes good. And they put the mask off and it's Melissa Joan Hart.
Oh my!
I mean, come on. I mean, what do we? Come on, right?
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Right?
I like it.
What if the witch from Gretel and Hansel's in there? Then now we're really talking.
Jesus Christ! We were talking about leaving. This is what we're talking about. What?
The old lady from Rosemary's Baby is not alive, right? Because we're
going to talk about the other stories as part of this, but they're not really consequential to the main story. Let's finish this main storyline. Let me ask this: what is it with witches and their like absolute need to have an oversized oven?
Because they're putting kids in, man. Kids get big. I know this. Kids get big, man.
Man, no one who is cooking a whole ass cow in their like on their grill.
I mean, it seems wasteful. Don't get me wrong.
There is some amount.
There's got to be more efficient ways to do.
That's what I mean. You gotta. There's no. It's unnecessary. You take care of the shit. Why are you throwing them in whole? You're not throwing pigs in whole. You don't do anything.
You're saying the witches should just be more down to earth. Like, so in this movie, this seems like a pretty rich house.
Nate, you can't.
So this is a rich witch, right?
Nate,
here. So
you can't get knocked in fully into your own oven if you don't have an oversized oven that fits an entire person. It just seems. Look, there are. More than one witch has had this terrible tragedy befallen them, right? Where they get knocked into an oven. I think specifically 2 that I'm aware of. That's still too many. This is an avoidable issue.
And I think, if I was going to be we're not even going to talk about this movie. Who cares? If I was going to be a witch, you have 3 options to be a witch. 1, oven witch, right? 2, cauldron witch. Doesn't the cauldron just seem way safer? I mean,
you're gonna get more like 3rd-degree burns, which they always talk about, like witches that have like boils and warts, and it's probably because they just like they burn themselves. It's just grease burns at this point, right? Like
there's like. Yeah, like you gotta make the fire like the appropriate size for your cauldron. You can't just make a cauldron fire. Like you gotta like portion it out correctly.
Well, you need it bubbling. I mean, it's not double boiling trouble for nothing, man. It's
What if witches got like Dutch oven technology? Does that change the whole game? That changes the whole game, right?
Yeah. Is there a witch out there using a slow cooker? I'm sending this child on to low for about 8 hours.
I got a George Foreman Jr. grill. How good I'm gonna make a panini out of this kid.
An air fryer. It just
it's called Ninja because they stole the kid in the night stealth. Maybe that's it. God. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I
that's
gotta imagine
what they need. We need to make this is the product that's needed. Witches are they're getting burned by like. Can you imagine the infomercial of this? Like
that's something. What
you
if
see a witch like bump into a cauldron again, and then it like goes into black and white, and it goes like and stops, and it's like the oven. You see this like the witch fall into the oven, and it has like a red X over it. And
well, I mean
that's
a great thing because look, this lady has a full-on dungeon in her kitchen. To keep this kid.
Yeah, the pantry. It's a dungeon pantry. Yeah, it's like incredible.
I would love to see like the home shopping network for witches.
Oh,
like look.
Okay,
this cauldron, bejazzled. It's got sequins. It'll change colors based on the heat, so you know what temperature. And you can get it for the low price of $29.99.
I like that.
But wait, Nate, there's more. Order now. And
you get a kid
here's
kebab.
Timmy. Here's Timmy.
Kebab.
Timmy was walking around the railroad tracks, and here he is. Now comes with the first order of,
Yeah, I like that. Like there, here's the spit roast, with it, right? Comes with the shackles. Shackles are like silicone. You can't burn them, right? Like they're non-stick. Everything's great. Kid, the meat just falls off the bone, and you can still keep using them like that.
I mean, and it's got to be like demons or something, right? Like, because here's the thing, right? Witches have sold their soul to the devil, and they get to have some magic. Cool, you get to use magic, and then you've given up your soul. You're now a bride of Satan. Well done, congratulations. But like, unless you had that, like, they're just resorting to having to take like just random shit around the house. Like, I guess I got a broom, so we'll just fly on that shit, right? Like, oh, here's a big pot. Sweet. Like, I feel like as part of the deal, they should get like discounts to satanic artifacts to help them with their hellish crusade.
Okay. There needs to be an app.
Is it a pyramid scheme? Like, is there like a Sally Mae of witches?
That's even better.
Like,
that.
for every witch, like, you're building your coven, and the way you build your coven is it's totally a pyramid scheme. Like, I bring 2 people into this coven, and then they're gonna bring 2 people.
I love all of it.
And then they're gonna bring incredible. 2, and so on and so yeah.
That's the best thing. It's like, these people are witches, they have powers. It could go anywhere, but no, they end up like selling cosmetics that make you look younger if you're not able to eat a kid.
Beauty potions and all that, of course.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I haven't been able to eat a kid in a while. My warts are showing. Like, we can cover those up, no problem. Yeah, I like that a lot. These are all great ideas. None of these are in this movie, but they could have been.
Well, the oversized
could have been.
The oversized oven is, unfortunately, but
the anthology movie Connecting Tissue is one of these witches calling in and ordering the thing and then trying to use it, and they all fail. That would be incredible.
I love it. That is great.
That's the movie. Oh,
it combines this anthology with effectively Hellivision from
exactly. Yes. Stay tuned. Yeah.
I mean, because
classic episode of the show.
The Hellivision TV at Stay Tuned cannot just be for Satan to just watch, right? Like, other people are watching this, right? I mean, otherwise, who cares? Yeah, like, Anyway, Nate, I mean, I'd be remiss if we didn't spend a little bit of time talking about the other short stories here, all of which are just remakes or retellings of like other stories. Like lot 249 is literally like Arthur Conan Doyle's lot number 249. The Cat from Hell was Stevie King's, and then even the thing with the gargoyles is a Japanese.
It was quite on.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, not a lot of original stuff here. I mean, modernized, cool. I mean, I don't dislike it, but which of these did you like the best? Like, rank them for me. You've got Mummy, Cat, Gargoyle. Go.
I think the best story is Gargoyle.
The longest, for sure.
But it's my least favorite to watch. So best story, least favorite to watch. Is it sad that I say Cat from Hell is my favorite of the 3?
No, that's sad. It's good. I probably like the Mummy one the best. It's probably that order. It's Mummy, Cat.
Mine's Cat, Mummy, Gargoyle, and yours is Mummy, Cat, Gargoyle.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. So we can agree Gargoyle's the worst. And the fact that it ends in the exact same way that I think the Gargoyle Gremlin dies in Gremlins 2.
Electricity?
No, the gargoyle gremlin gets concrete poured over it and gets frozen up. It was a bat gremlin that turned into a gargoyle because it.
Yes. Yeah, in the sun for the automatic windows or whatever. That weird place. Yeah, I like the cat one. I don't know. It was nice.
What about the cat one did you like? What about it stands out for you?
It's because it's such a ridiculous premise that I love it. And then it becomes more and more real. And the cat out the throat move. That's real good. A cat climbs.
Cat's got your tongue. Yeah, I mean it's.
Yeah, the cat's got my tongue and it's taking it down my esophagus. Oh, I'm absolutely dead.
Yeah, it's a great kill.
And then the cat flexes by not attacking the guy, but he dies anyway from a heart attack. He's so scared. That's just flexing for absolutely no reason, and I'm 100% here for it. So
Nate, sorry, I agree. I agree with that. I want to go back to our question about the kids and other thing with the witches, because I'm looking at the cover art for Tales from the Darkside. You've seen it, right? It's the dudes holding the book, and it's the devil that looks
like a gremlin.
No, it looks like a gremlin.
Looks like a gremlin. Yeah.
Nate, we were talking about reality shows. What if we're all wrong? What if this movie is really an episode of Undercover Boss, and this is Satan testing out the witches?
Oh, that's incredible stuff. Oh, and the kid is Damien, like every time.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So it's like a setup. It's Damien.
Parts his hair a little differently, but it's like, oh yeah, they'll never recognize me.
Oh my God! Yeah. So Damien is like a bait kid.
Yeah.
They trap him, and then oh my God! And then because he's Damien, he keeps doing shenanigans. Them they have to try to roll with the punches on this. This is not what's expected. I love that. So in this movie, the kid is telling the stories, and because he's using mind control, she listens to them. Like that would be the underlying part of this movie.
Okay.
Is that, oh, why would you listen to these stories? Why don't you just kick this kid and be done, right? Or he tells the stories and it lulls her because he has extra, psychic powers, and that's how he got her. And then
what I'd love to see is that
then the devil's like, then the devil has commentary after. It's like, no, couldn't cut it. Like, all right, next,
Well, yeah, and then the one witch throws him into the oven, and he just kicks open the door with his hooves and walks out, and it just starts slow clapping,
yeah. No, just slow stomping on the ground.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, that's incredible. And then walls come down, TV audience or something, confetti. That would be incredible. That's good too. These are all great ideas. Again, give us some money. Tales from the Darkside, the movie,
undercover boss. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
There's some got to cook. There's some cooking.
It's Underworld Boss. I don't know. Something like that.
We can do.
Kate Beckinsale is the first person that was quadruple cut crossing over. What do you think?
I don't know.
She's not. She still needs a check, right? She's good.
No, let me ask you something, because this is one thing I really liked about this. The Mummy one is, Steve Buscemi's great in this.
Steve Buscemi's, fantastic. In this one.
It's very, not that he's not a serious. I mean, if you think what Boardwalk Empire and all that, I mean, he can be a serious actor, but you don't see him in those roles very often, right? And so watching him just kind of be just taking his revenge out on these people is pretty awesome.
It's good. Yeah.
Now, is this as good as the Tales from the Crypt Mummy episode? Probably not. That one has the better brain scramble murder scene in it.
Yeah, that one's good. I didn't see a lot of Tales from the Crypt, but I know specifically what you're talking about.
Yeah, because that one's like probably
Very
the most
good.
famous of the Tales from the Crypt like TV episodes.
Very good. Yes.
Yeah, but I thought that one was good. I mean, this movie has a good bit of cameos now. I mean, back then I think some folks weren't like as big as they are now. But yeah, I like this. I like overall the story of the Mummy. I mean, again, to your point, mummies are another one of those things that aren't very scary to me because they're just dusty and old. They don't move very fast, like zombies.
It's like zombies. Yeah, it's like a zombie.
But I guess with zombies.
Oh,
I mean,
wait, hold on. And that was the guy
zombies,
from Stay Tuned. That was the guy from Stay Tuned.
Well, yeah. Well, the problem with zombies, like the thing with zombies is why they're better than mummies is that there's just more of them, right? There's just more zombies. It's just a numbers thing, right? It's that death is coming. There's nothing you stop it. With mummies, it's like, well, this very rich dude might come back. Like, no one's placing an ancient, like, Mesopotamian curse or Egyptian curse on, like, Steve, who is, like, his job was, like, to filter shit out of the Nile, right? Like, he's just scrubbing shit right out. Like, he's not getting a curse, like, placed on his, like, body, right?
I don't know.
Knox and a Stevens not coming back to haunt someone or.
That's a good question. Yeah, like what, like, is there? Well, when pharaohs died, didn't like they kill all their servants and bury them with them so they could keep serving them in the afterlife?
Well, yeah, but they weren't. I don't think they were mummified, right? I think they were just their asses. I think they were.
I think they also were mummified, but they didn't get like the ornateness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they got like the lower level mummying.
Yeah, right, sure.
What if it was mummy on mummy? Now I'm interested.
Mummy on mummy violence.
Yeah, like the mummies, like the mummy, like say they're right. And in the afterlife, those people have to keep serving the pharaoh for eternity.
My God, could you imagine serving the same shitty boss for like.
That's what I'm saying. And then something happens in the crypt, in the tomb, someone unearths something, it triggers mummy reanimation, and then the main pharaoh dude is on the run from the other mummies. That's incredible.
This is really just making me want to have like an Office Space for mummy, like mummy edition. Like everyone's just like could you imagine like you have the Michael Scott of pharaohs. Right. I'm
sure they all were. Were they like super, like some of them were super inbred? I'm sure they were terrible.
Yeah. And you're just like, Jesus Christ, what is
every time you say something like that's what Ra says.
They wouldn't say Jesus Christ, they'd be like, God damn Ra. Like I'm in Ra, Jesus. I don't know. I'd be down to see something like that. That'd be pretty funny. Because yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm more interested in the other like mummies that are probably just like I hate being poor. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that. I don't know. I don't know what to say about the gargoyles thing. It's the best story, but I mean, who cares?
It's the best story, but the least well executed.
No, I mean, the murder is great. The effects on this movie,
great.
All the murders are great.
This is 1990, right? So I didn't really go. I should probably go into this, but 3.5 million budget, 16.3 million, 1990 did pretty well. So solid there. It was good. They got John Harrison, who directed, who did some work in other movies. Creepshow, Day of the Dead, composer. Did a bunch of other horror type made for TV stuff after this, including a movie that looks incredible called Dinosaur for Walt Disney, which I'd never seen before. And then also was an executive producer on Diary of the Dead, your favorite of the Dead George Romero thing,
of course,
and 2021's Dune, and directed Book of Blood. an anthology of Clive Barker's, but not the one from Hulu a couple years ago.
Okay.
So and he did 8 episodes of Tales from the Darkside, the TV show. So just like Tales from the Crypt TV show first. So, they got like this is decent. It's a decent setup. It's not like, everything went okay, just not enough to keep bringing it back. Unfortunately.
Yep. Well, Nate
also directed 5 episodes of Leverage. Had to throw that in there. Sorry.
Of course you did. All right. Well, look.
Leverage.
Well, look, I mean, I think we've kind of talked through this. I'm vastly more interested in all the spinoffs we come up with. But Nate,
this is a spinoff episode.
Yeah, I do have to ask, what's your final cut?
Final cut.
Nate, I mean, I like this movie a whole lot. I've wanted you to watch this for a long time. Even despite
I'd never seen it until you and I watched it.
I love anthologies.
So,
I'm on record as saying, just give me a good anthology, and this one is one of the better ones. There aren't too many bad ones, frankly. I like it because I think horror just works the shorter it is. It almost, I feel like it tends to be better the shorter it is. At least really good, effective horror. Right. So I'm just going to bypass whatever comment you were just making there about that. That's what she said. Just going to keep rolling right through. I'm going to give this movie 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Cat tracheotomies.
Those the
cat, feline tracheotomies.
Yeah. Cat in the throat is pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's a cool kill. You don't see that happen too often. You're not going to see that in Beau Is Afraid. I'll tell you that much.
That's true. And that is probably the main reason to go see Evil Dead Rise. Because you're not going to. Evil Dead Rise has a chance of that happening.
That's fair. Well, there's definitely a cat
that one
getting
does
murdered.
not.
I mean, yeah, at some point. Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, Mitch, the next movie this guy is coming out with, John Harrison, is Book of Blood, quote, The Book Begins, which is a prequel to the 2009 Book of Blood.
It sounds like a DMX album.
This guy has got like everything. If you look at this guy's IMDb, everything's like, there's so many colons. There's too many colons in the titles. I don't think I liked it quite as much as you did. Yeah, so this is one of your kid classic movies. Is that correct? So you're watching Stay Tuned, and then you're watching this. Is that how that works?
Kinda. Again, no one cared what I was doing. I was just left to my own devices. I don't know if my siblings have seen this movie, if they're aware of it. I'll have to ask them if they even know what this is, because I sure do, and my guess is no one else in my family did. Maybe they're just trying to tell me, hey, we're not watching you, but just in case you get lonely, don't run off with some witch who's gonna cook you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you see, like, that's prime witch snatch.
I feel like I was a prime candidate. I was a little chunky, I was clearly by myself, being able to do whatever I want. So yeah, maybe I was probably a ideal candidate for a witch.
Okay, damn.
Yeah.
Learned
some hard truths about myself today. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, we pitched 95 movies, and then Mitch learned about himself. All right, well, and we learned about you. So, successful episode. I'm gonna give it a 5. This is not our standard. This is not our standard podcast format. Little loose today. I forget what your latest kid is. Which horror name again? I'm trying to remember. Samara. That's right. Samara. Just like in there, like people aren't sleeping a lot, right? So
it is. The struggle's real. The struggle.
Yeah.
Is
the struggle seems
real. I just can't seem to keep her in the well.
CPS is on their way. Just they are.
We're sending our
route.
love down the well.
Yeah, they are. They're just, you're gonna hear the cars real quick. So just heads up on that. So yeah, this is a little fun. This is our spinoff episode where we pitch spinoffs. It's the spinoff. There you go. Tales from the Darkside, the movie, the spinoff,
Part 2.
the good son, the good son meets Dexter, Hunger Games, Songbird Rises.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Nate, where can they find us in all of the colons that we're adding to this episode?
If you never want to listen to us again, I understand, but if you do, at TX Massacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre, everywhere else. Give us a call, 346-246-3143, Texas Podcast Massacre gmail.com. I have a theme month coming up that we need to do. So,
oh Lord,
sorry, Mitch. Get ready for that. That'll be exciting. And then I'm gonna go see Renfield. Mitch is gonna go see either Beau Is Beautiful or
Beau Is Beautiful.
No, I'm leaning into it. Was it Jimmy Jam Jaramushi? Directing it, probably.
Why is he back?
He's always back because he doesn't die. That's why, Mitch.
He's a mummy.
Yes. Yeah. So next week, I'd like to hear those impressions from either of those movies.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, great. Get excited.
Something like that. Well, from all of us here at Texas Podcast Massacre, thank you so much for tuning in, and just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.